Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for July 2019. This is Natalie of Watch. Natalie spelled Natalee. I am here to do a Celtic cross for you and to read your energies and just kind of tune into what this Taurus has in the month of July and what we can expect for this Taurus, the Taurus that I'm channeling currently right now. Please keep in mind that time spirals. So what does that mean for energy? What that means is that you can actually resonate with this reading right now, Taurus, in the month of July 2019 when I'm publishing it. Emperor just popped out. Or you can resonate with this 4 years down the road. Okay, so whenever you're guided to view this video is when you'll be resonating with this video. Okay, and your intuition will tell you what's resonating and what's not. So just follow that, okay? Okay, just cut the deck. Interesting. So your bottom of the deck card is the Seven of Pentacles. That's you daydreaming or really wishing and hoping and, wanting, seeing castles in the sky and wanting them to kind of float down to the ground and be real. You also have an additional card, an Emperor card here. So there's an Emperor-like energy in your space. So that's either you, Taurus, or that's someone close to you, someone around you. I kind of chuckled because you have the same outcome card as Scorpio, and I just did Scorpio before I went down for like a quick little power nap. Okay, your first two cards, we have the Three of Pentacles, signifying a work situation. This is definitely something that you're working on or collaborating with someone else for in the month of July. Now, the month of July has our two eclipses. We have Capricorn and Cancer eclipses, a partial new moon solar eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd and a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. I believe it's July 16th or so. So that's going to cause a lot of change for all of us in our lives. And these are the milestone moments that make up how we measure our lives. So we're going to be married, divorced, engaged, get pregnant, have a baby, buy a house, sell a house, move house, all those things and much more. So you can expect big shifts to happen for you as well in the month of July, Tauruses. So crossing the Three of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords. So there's a work situation that has you feeling sort of stressed out in the sense that you can't really keep a healthy mental perspective on this. There's something sort of tying you up that you're tying yourself up with. So if you can notice, she can actually leave whenever she wants. She has her shoes. She can just take off the blindfold and walk away from those swords. But it's almost like there's words that are keeping you blindfolded, Taurus. I'm connecting with a Taurus who's actually still being sort of held mentally with words that were spoken, words that were aimed at you, words that that are keeping you feeling sort of unable to move forward or unable to do something, okay? Now, at the base of the situation, how you got into the situation or the foundation of the situation, Taurus, we have the Eight of Cups. This is you contemplating or actually walking away from something. You walked away from something. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was something material that you left in search of a higher knowledge, like a higher spiritual knowledge. But it's something that you turned your back on because you just didn't think it was good for you, or you just gave up the fight, or for whatever reason you did walk away from it, though, either mentally, emotionally, or actually physically, like moved away, walked away, physically put distance. Okay, the recent past, the most recent energy that we can see here is something that you recently did about the situation, or this is an influence that is kind of just still, you can still feel it, but it's like fading. Okay, this is an Ace of Swords. So this is a victory. You recently had a victory or celebrated a victory or actually had clarity regarding the situation. But something else came up at work or in this collaboration or in this partnership that now is making you doubt yourself. So it's almost like this victory wasn't For some reason, it just didn't sustain itself. And now remember, the aces are the most concentrated forms of the suit. Sweet suit. So it's something that maybe the truth had something to do with. Wow, there's something that obscured the truth, and I'm thinking that it has to do with you. Anyway, let's move on. Because either way, whatever did or didn't happen, said or unsaid, you're in this mental entrapment phase very like soon coming up. And so the next energy that we can expect for you, Taurus, is in the month of July, is to encompass or encapsulate the King of Cups energy. So this could be you encountering a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces individual, male or female. Take it as it resonates. But this is someone who is very powerful, who actually keeps their feelings hidden. Below the surface, things are roiling, but on the surface, they are very cool, calm, and collected. So they are just keeping it to themselves, or keeping their own wise counsel, and they're just not really, you know, making anything shown, if that makes sense. Okay? They could be adding to your confusion. They could be adding to your sense of not able to do anything, not able to change anything. The role that you're currently playing in the situation, Taurus, it's another interesting card with this. The Six of Swords is you moving away from something. So these troubled waters, you're leaving them behind for calm waters. You know, it's something that's you're confident to, and this could actually be actual moving. Some of you are actually moving house and actually moving away from something in pursuit of a better life for yourself, in pursuit of a better situation. Okay, and this is how other people see you, Taurus. How other people see you in the month of July amidst all these eclipses. They see you as the Queen of Wands. I love to call her my middle class queen. And whether you're male or female, you're being seen as very charismatic or very fiery and feisty and spicy and lively and bold and speaking the truth and just very, very warm to be around. This is a mover and a shaker. This is someone who's not afraid to take action. They're very action oriented people, the King and the Queen of Wands. And that's how you're coming across very strongly in the month of July. Also, someone very good with animals and someone who's able to make things grow, like plants, you know, little animals. Maybe you have a little black cat. You may, you know, like some flowers, but you're coming across very earthy and fiery at the same time, earth and fire. So okay, Taurus, in the position of your hope or your fear, it's very clear in the month of July. I'm connecting with a Taurus who really does want victory. You really do want victory for yourself, for whatever you're trying to do and accomplish and all of this. And you could be trying to take a heavy-handed approach to this, or you are encountering this person, this personality, very domineering, very controlling, very you know, heavy-handed here. So we don't know if that's like positive, negative. It's just an energy that's showing up that they're telling me to tell you that is around. And your outcome card, the same outcome card that Scorpio got. And it's funny that Taurus and Scorpio, you guys are connected. You're opposites. You have the Page of Pentacles. So the month ends amidst these two eclipses with you still just doing the nitty gritty, the nuts and bolts, the organizational 1, 2, 3s and the ABCs to accomplish your goals. It's setting agendas, setting, you know, making lists, setting dates, ordering things, making lists of phone numbers, calling the phone numbers, all of that organizational stuff to accomplish something that you're trying to accomplish here. Maybe in moving away from something, it encounters, or sorry, that it demands you to get really organized and really serious about certain things, and a lot of the little details, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, just really taking care of the responsibilities and being organized, okay? That's how the month ends for you, Taurus. And I am going to pull some connecting cards too. The future environment for you, Taurus, is the High Priestess. So I am feeling that it's the High Priestess that helps you break this sort of mental entrapment energy. This mental entrapment energy coming up, it could last for a while. We don't know how long this is going to last, but I see you encountering this King of Cups right after this mental stress, right after this mental bondage of feeling I can't move, I can't do anything, I can't, you know, I need to break a deadlock here. It could be the King of Cups that helps you break the deadlock or just encourages more of the same. But the outcome, the future environment rather, is you following your intuition and keeping something to yourself, like kind of keeping a secret is what I'm picking up here. You could be channeling this King of Cup energy as well, where you could be very like keeping something a secret, keeping something under wraps. Maybe this move that you're trying to plan, you know, right here is something that you're keeping it under wraps. On the surface, everyone sees you as like fun, happy-go-lucky, very charismatic, but on the inside, you kind of want to like move away and organize your getaway very, very, you know, secretively. Okay, Taurus. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier on this Eight of Swords energy for Taurus in the month of July, please. The Page of Cups, very interesting. So the mental anxiety, that what you're stressing about is a surprise. It has to do with something that kind of comes up. This is my, there's a fish in my cup card. So this is something that's coming up that has you sort of surprised and you didn't really expect to be dealing with this. This could be a surprise coming up at work or in the collaboration realm, someone that you're collaborating with. And it's something that's just really, you just have to deal with it as it comes. And it's coming up to be just very out of the blue, really out of the blue, and it's a surprise. So it's something that you didn't expect, but now it's got you really shook up. Okay, really shook up. Can I have a clarifier for this King of Cups energy, please? Wow, the King of Cups with the Queen of Swords. This could actually be a formidable enemy. I don't know why that came into my mind, but now we have a lot of people here. Now we have an emperor, we have a king, a page, we have the queen, we have two pages, two queens, a king, high priestess, and the emperor. So on the surface, this person, this could be you, take this as it resonates. On the surface, this person could be acting one way, like nothing bothers them, and then on the other hand is actually planning to cut you off, cut your feet off, cut your legs off. And they're feeling very like cold and calculating. So they could be not showing this on the surface, but yet they actually have deep feelings of resentment or deep feelings of coldness. Like the King of Cups is very emotional. Like there's a lot going on underneath the surface. But then the Queen of Swords is not emotional at all. So it's like you perceive them. You think that they're hiding emotions under the surface, but they're not. They're actually extremely logical and strategic and, you know, black or white, no two ends about it. And that's kind of how they're going to be treating you coming up. So I would just keep a lookout for that. Can I have a clarification on what we're moving away from? What is Taurus moving away from in the month of July, please? You know, around these eclipses. Now there are so many people in the reading that okay, you're moving away from a very intuitive person. You're moving away from someone who can actually feel you or feel what you're feeling. You're moving away from the Queen of Cups. You're moving away from someone who's nurturing and who's kind and caring and who's even a little bit psychic. You are moving away from them. I do not believe you are moving towards them. I believe you are moving away from this person. And this could be for any multitude of reasons, You could not be seeing them clearly. The bottom of the deck card is the Seven of Cups. You could not be seeing them clearly. You could be, maybe they're showing up as very domineering. The Queen of Cups is a little bit domineering, a little bit controlling. Maybe she is, you know, whatever the case happens to be with you, Taurus, I'm not making a judgment call. These are all your life decisions and your judgment calls, but I'm just calling it how I see it. You're moving away from the Queen of Cups energy here, or maybe moving away from that within your own self, that you're maybe relying more on logic and instead of intuition. Although I feel like that's going to come back around because after the Page of Pentacles, you're going to be encompassing. Now, the High Priestess could also just mean a secret. So you're either, that could be it too. You're moving away from a Queen of Cups, maybe like a marriage partner or something, and then you're moving towards keeping a secret. What's the connecting? I need a connecting card, please, between the Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess for Taurus in the month of July. That's hilarious. Now we have true counterparts, Taurus. We have the Emperor and the Empress show up. I feel like they came up in another reading too. Who was it? Give me a second here. I don't remember who it was, but we did have counterparts show up recently in the readings I've done. So let me put this down. So in the end, by the end of July, Taurus, you're doing a lot of the things to organize your responsibilities, and it's going to help you organize your stuff to help you live a life that's more luxurious. It's more in the keeping of how you want. You know, Tauruses love touch and velvet and materials and silks and, you know, just like living a good life, having their home, having their family, having their wealth and health and happiness. Very homesteady Taurians, right? So you're using that to get yourself to move towards someone more like the Empress. And the Empress is like the higher octave of the Queen of Cups. So it's like you're moving away from a female of high standing, you know, maybe a friend, maybe someone close to you, maybe a mom, a wife, a girlfriend, a fiance, a sister, you know, just someone in your life or maybe within you. And you're moving towards a higher caliber person and within yourself as well. If you are a female Taurus, you're moving towards more of a spiritually psychic personality, a more awakened personality, a more spiritually evolved Empress, High Priestessy. Like that's really what you're striving for. Or you could be in pursuit of this in secret. You could be seeking out an Empress in secret on the low, okay? Take it as it resonates. You're definitely coping with some personalities. It's this stress situation at work or having that something that comes up in a collaboration that you're collaborating with someone, either someone you're living with or working with on a project at work or a business partner or a boss or a coworker, not a boss, sorry, like a coworker. It's a little surprise. It's a little like, oh, now I have to cope with it. And then you're dealing with someone like a boss. This could be a boss at work. They could be, you know, something on the surface and then they're kind of really actually super cold and calculating. But either way, you're moving away from someone, and this Queen of Cups could actually be a lower vibrating Queen of Cups. She could be like super emotional. She could be emotionally manipulative. She could be, you know, so take this as it resonates as well. But I am connecting with a Taurus who has a lot of feminine energies coming up in the month of July that they are going to have to sort through and take a more, this is either the Taurus being very domineering and trying to like organize and take control of things, or the Taurus is going to be coming into contact with feminine personalities who are channeling an emperor domineering dominance, okay? So it's going to be like, they just showed me dodging, like dodgeball. You're dodging the balls in dodgeball. That's what they just showed me. So Taurus, I'm connecting with a Taurus who's very much trying to take care of the nuts and bolts of their life so that they can live a luxurious, happy, fulfilling life. Might be on the low, might be like on the DL. Can I have another clarifier with this High Priestess, if this is the low card or if this is like an intuition card, please? It's the Nine of Cups. So this is happiness. You are chasing your happiness. You are chasing a more fulfilling lifestyle. You are chasing more of a, yeah, your hope or your fear. Your hope is victory. So you want to win whatever this has to do with. You want to win. You want to overcome it. And you want to share your cups of happiness. You want to have peace of mind. This High Priestess can also be like a peace of mind. So you have this worry coming up for you like now, like in the beginning of July, you are going to feel like you're entrapped or that you can't move or that there's something inhibiting your forward progress. But it's and it is going to come as a surprise, but you're either going to get help or exasperated. Let me get another card for this King of Cups. What's really behind this King of Cups? The Page of Swords. This person is not a friendly. These personalities, I'm feeling it's one person that is coming across as both of these energies and could even have a little sliver of this domineering personality. But this person is spying on you, or you are spying on them, or both, back and forth, that you both are spying on each other. And it's adding to the stress. It's adding to the lack of clarity. It's like you had some mental victory or mental clarity about something, and then this little thing came up and totally threw you off. Totally threw you off course, Taurus. And now this personality is not helping the situation. They are just sort of spying and adding words that are not helping. Not helping the situation at all. And then you're here moving away from using your intuition. You're moving away from this personality, from the Queen of Cups, okay? So let me pull a Divine Feather card because I would like some messages for you, Taurus. What advice do we have for the Taurians? What advice or messages does the Taurus need to hear for the month of July at these eclipses? Please. Let's see, May, June, July, 1, 2, 3. You know what? The partial solar new moon eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd is going to hit your third house. Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, May, June, July, 1, 2, 3. The third house rules the house of communication, Taurus. So this could affect how you communicate with people. This can affect, and that would really explain why this card is coming up, because you're very insecure. You're showing up very insecure mentally in how you're coming out with your words. On the Six of Sword card, it's words. All the sword cards are word cards. So you're coming up, moving away from a certain style of communicating or a certain certain way of communicating your messages. And it could be, if this is not a Queen of Cups person, if this is you, if this is an element of yourself, it's moving away from trying to intuitively communicate and moving into a more solid way to communicate with someone else, making yourself a little bit more clear or a little bit less watery, if that makes any sense. Okay, what messages do we have for Taurus in the month of July 2019, please? Oh my God, hold on. You have 2 messages for Taurus for the month of July 2019. You have the Duck. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. So I would say go for a nature walk, Taurus. Go out and get greenery around you. Go take a nature walk. Go walk the forest preserve or the forest, or take a little trip, day trip out. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. For a Taurus, to keep it simple is like the name of the game. You are most happy when you're keeping it simple. All of this intrigue and spying, that's really not you. That's like Scorpionic territory. This is not Taurian. This isn't the Taurus's forte here. So keep it simple. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. You do. And then you have the Hawk. Pay attention. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. Gonna remember that one, the Hawk. Pay attention. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. This could really actually be the Page of Cups coming up for you. There could be a powerful message that is a surprise being communicated to you now, Taurus. This could be, look. Interesting. So the beady little eyes of the fish in the cup could be the message coming through, and it's a surprise, but it's something that you still need to hear because you need to take the information and absorb it. Okay, Taurus, you can have this thing about you where you're so stubborn you can't move until you want to move, that you just miss the message coming at you. So that's why they're saying, pay attention. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. That's what they're saying. So if this is you moving away from your intuitive faculties, just take note of that and try to retain some of this intuitive faculty so that you can make the best decisions possible for your life, Taurus, okay? Let me organize this a little bit better. Now they're all like splayed everywhere. So, hold on. Okay, so we had your connecting card here. Hold on. Yeah, you're being spied on. This Page of Swords is not making me feel any better about the situation for you. This is my Scorpionic Super Spy Scorpio card. This is definitely when someone is keeping tabs on you, or you are devolving into keeping tabs on someone else. If you're spying on someone, if you're keeping up with someone's, Instagram, or keeping an eye on someone, you're keeping it on the low, you're keeping it a secret, but it's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. It's not like a good idea. So you're being encouraged to, and I don't know what's feeding this. It's a surprise at work, or you get the message at work, something like that. But either way, I would be very wary of anyone that comes across like the King of Cups. I mean, the King of Cups has control. There's a lot of control and power play stuff going on here, and I feel like it's really like the last thing you want to deal with. So I would just pay more attention, because in trying to avoid these confrontations and in trying to avoid the drama, things could be happening with these people that are making decisions that are affecting you that you actually want to be able to change the outcome for. So I would be paying attention to any domineering personalities. I would be paying attention to any personalities that are seeming to be very much in control, that you might think they have a lot going on emotionally under the surface, it's a front. That could even be a double play. That could even be hiding the truth, which is that they're actually very cold and calculating, and they would actually, you know, they, even the very little bit wateriness that's coming through in the King of Cups is actually not even really there, because they're actually the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords will say off with their head and then ask questions for the proof later. It's very, very calculating. It's very, and I'm not saying calculating in a bad way. Even though I'm talking about this other person, I'm not putting it in a terms that they are negatively using this energy. I'm just telling you to be aware of it and to work with these energies the best way that you possibly can, because these eclipses are not, they're not movements in the sky you want to mess around with. I'm not saying to engage in an argument with this person, you know, under no means and no stretch of the imagination am I saying anything like that. What I'm just saying is to just be aware that someone that comes across as a King of Cups is actually a Queen of Swords when provoked, and when their boundaries get trampled on, and when, you know, when they what's that, when the grist hits the grill, something like that, when the rubber hits the road sort of thing, then their Queen of Swords will come out and she'll say, gone. She'll cut you out. That's what I just heard. Cut you out. They will cut you out. So I wouldn't provoke this person. I would just let them be if you at all can, and just keep trying to head towards your little responsibilities and take care. Sweep your side of the porch, sweep your side of the street, keep your side of the street clean, Taurus, and concentrate on your own little pentacles, on your own version, your own vision of happiness. Whoever this is to you, whatever this is to you, this could be buying a property, this could be, but the Empress like kind of skates. She can kind of skate on her standing and her everything. So whatever this is, you know, let yourself kind of rise above it and just let yourself flow. You know, pay attention to the signs and the communications coming through. Don't attach super huge to any of them, because that will just create negativity in your own mental space, and we don't want that for you, Taurus. And just try to, you know, go towards this ninth cup, the 9 cups of happiness with the High Priestess, Taurus, in the month of July 2019, because it's really telling you to rise above the fray. It's really telling you to do 2 things at once, to be very honest. If I'm being like very blunt about it, it's don't get so low and involved where it's upsetting your inner balance and you don't know what to think or feel. And then don't leave all of it alone completely and go off into the woods for too long, because you still have to deal with these people. You still have to organize all this. So I'm going to say there's a lot that's going to be changing and just adjusting in the month of July for you, Taurus, in the realm of how you communicate with others, how you speak to others. And let me see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9. 3rd house and the 9th house. So all of this is going to broaden your horizons. All of this is going to maybe stimulate a higher perspective of things. Remember in 300 when at the very end he's getting ready to just throw his spear, and the narrator, the guy with the patch, he goes, he didn't feel any fear, only a heightened sense of things. That could be what you're moving towards, like in the outcome, like at the end of July, going into August, you could be moving towards developing a higher sense of things. Now remember, I'm connecting with the Taurus that has like a lot going on here. So take this as it resonates. There might be one little part of the reading that resonates for you, or the whole reading resonates for you. So if this is resonating for you, feel free to book a personal reading with me so we can kind of narrow these energies and like zoom in on really what's going on with you, Taurus, because eclipse season is going to throw a lot at you. And like I said, you are going to have a surprise come in, a surprise communication, a surprise, and it's going to make you feel like trapped, and you are going to feel confused. It's easy for me to say this now and for you to receive this information now, but 2.5 weeks from now, when you forget that you watched this video and it comes up and you're like, you know, just remember that we talked about this, that we already covered a little bit of this at least. And at the very least, go ahead to theartigan.com/tarot and download the freebie schedule. These are all the free readings that I'm doing. And I'm doing free monthlies, weeklies, and dailies. The dailies are going to continue to be general, and the weeklies and the monthlies will be by sign. So you'll have a weekly Taurus, you know, updates specifically for my Taurians, and then you'll have a monthly, which is what we're doing here right now. Okay, Taurus, take care and be well, and I will see you next time. Bye.